Hi everyone, Brandon Squest
Sometimes,
here.
when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
Today I'm going to be playing Serena, as the main character just said.
Serena? Why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember? This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers. It was truly like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then.
I keep putting my hands at the WASD.
The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind. Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. A curious, sensual thrill.
Well then.
The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. We just don't know anymore. Our dining table, quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Now, I have my own ideas from what I'm hearing.
Plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions. And there were many more to come.
How many times can I click on this?
Our dining table, quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin.
This game would be cool in VR. This would be really cool in VR.
I should probably eat. Can't remember the last time I ate, yet I don't feel hungry.
That's not great.
I have more pressing things on my mind right now than culinary exploits.
Isn't it culinary?
The stove looks like something from World War I.
It might be, honestly. This cabin looks very old.
Considering how basic and ancient the kitchen is, it's a wonder what we managed to do with it from time to time. Well, she mostly.
Feeling peckish, dear?
Whoa. I wasn't expecting that.
We had such a wonderful time dining in this cabin. Serena loved to experiment with her cooking.
Okay, there's a lot.
To be told, not all the cooking she did was a resounding success. We agreed to never attempt doing ravioli again.
That seems very tough.
The stove looks like something from World War I.
I do want to try and get all the audio for these because, I mean, I don't know how long this game's going to be.
Wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this. The smell of old books is intoxicating. What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell.
The Art of Drowning. Dream of Snow. That one just kind of scares me a little bit. Why is that on a bookshelf? Vanishing Town. Blind Earth. Now, I already have a theory about this game based on what I know right now.
I loved it when we took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights.
I will say the graphics for this are pretty good too.
Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too.
And by that I mean just generally, like, a lot of indie games don't have the best of graphics.
A lot of rarities and special editions here.
I want to say there was one more shelf. I want to try and get all... One more cue. And I'll ask Susie...
I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, course not.
Life and Death of a Kickstarter Addict.
Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. So many afternoons spent in this armchair.
This is quite interesting though, with the way this all looks. It's really nice.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. And cuddle.
I would enjoy this cabin, but I wouldn't live in it.
What did we talk about? Damn this fallible memory of mine. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course.
I think what's going on, because I actually do want to say it before I get to the end of the game, is I think he's dying. And one of the things about dying is they talk about you going through your past memories and stuff like that, and this is how he's going through it, and he's forgetting about her. She and this cabin are the last thing that he wants to forget about.
I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated.
Okay, then, on that stove. Bookshelf. The table was kind of obvious. I mean, that was even said before. On the door.
The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed.
Oh, God. Oh, this could also signify the Reaper. I kind of hope that's the end idea for this, because that'd be really cool.
No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here.
Nothing to say about these pictures. Why are these the pictures you decided to keep in your cabin, by the way? Oh, I saw a magnifying glass where? Oh, that's...
The dining table was well worn.
Yep.
Even when we... She made this with her own hands. She was really good.
That does look nice.
Look what I made, hun, in case we ever need to sweep something under the carpet. See the pattern of yellow squares? It's from this rug I remembered from my nursery. I must have been like 3 or 4, but it always stuck with me.
Wow.
And no trap door under there. Just more creaky floor. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up.
She even brought it up so you could do
The rug's
that.
all crooked again. Can you help me straighten it out?
I can imagine that would be a little bit
No
tough to
trap
keep straight.
door under there. Just more creaky floor.
What does it say? Come love with peace in your heart. Said, I am...
Come, love,
Oh.
with peace in your heart, said Niav of the ice blue eyes. Blue eyes.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, not very good with names. Ride with me, shed your mortal guise. Here is your mount, a white hair mare.
It's based on an Irish folktale.
Oh,
Warrior poet Oisin goes to Tirnanog, a Celtic otherworld known as the Land of Youth and Promise. Niav is of the Fey folk, the fair ones,
oh,
fairies. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry.
does he not read the
The
rest?
elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you.
Come, Oisin, to my garden fair in the land of youth. Ply your art. Ars shall be the cycle of days, ours sun and sky. Is that supposed to have an S? Because it makes more sense. Our sun and sky and rainbow ways.
I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life.
Oh, now the pictures make more sense too now.
My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country.
Oh, cool, you play an Irish character. Nice.
Weird mix of doggerel and artistry.
Okay.
The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you. Something draws me to this trunk. Is it the memories locked within? Or something else?
Now I worry more.
We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of it's too painful. I want to, but not yet. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging.
It is a
around
really
those
cool
in our
looking
early
trunk.
years. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos.
I'm getting more worried now.
We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. But this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked. We found this trunk at a flea market.
Okay, yep.
Big enough for a lifetime
Okay,
of mementos.
let me out. Okay. Oh, God. I'm really
Our
worried.
refuge from the world. A place of warmth and passion. It's a beautiful day, though there's an unnatural calm surrounding the area.
I do think he is dying.
I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place.
I want to hear everything
it's
he
deep
has to
into
say.
summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us.
That's sad.
There's a crack in this window from a tantrum she threw some time ago. It wasn't the only thing she threw.
Which crack? There's
Not exactly perfect.
there,
soundproofing.
there.
The sunlight can be confusing, oppressive, as if pregnant with some ill omen. Or is the stress finally catching up with me? The sunlight is so bright here. The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one.
I like that idea. Every
Ticking
cabin
begins to feel homey after a while. The first night was a nightmare, though. Time never mattered much to us while we were hiding from the rest of the world here, as long as we were together and happy.
And that's nice.
The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync. Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. No trusting this clock. I wonder what time it is. As if it mattered.
What time is it showing?
The clock
6:15?
has always been rather autonomous. Unlike its sibling, this lamp would last for months.
Okay. Okay.
We brought the lamps with us when we got this place all those years ago. They were from a garage sale.
This place has power? Does this place have power? It has to. There's electrical cords. Does it go out to generator outside?
We used to keep a
No.
pitcher of water and a glass on this nightstand. But they're not here now.
Oh, Jesus. That scared me because I didn't think I could open that. Hi everyone, Brandon here, and today I'm going to be playing Mandagan, or however that is pronounced.